According to Shams Charania, the Atlanta Hawks are zeroing in on hiring Quin Snyder. There's mutual interest right there. The reason being that they believe that Quin Snyder, A, is the best coach available right now on the market and would be the best coach available this offseason, which I agree with. They believe he is a guy who can reset the culture and set a new culture and fix and adjust this team and hold people accountable, which accountability is something that they're looking for. Another reason, he's not under contract with any team. Quin Snyder is a fantastic basketball coach. He coached 8 seasons with Utah, and you know what? He's a San Antonio Spurs boy. Landry Fields comes from the Spurs. Obviously, he played for the Raptors and the Knicks, but he started out through the Spurs. And Quin Snyder, you know, I've said jokingly, half serious, Ime Udoka, but Quin Snyder, realistically, great coach, 56 years old. This guy has, coached in Moscow. He's coached for the Lakers, the Sixers. He's coached in the G League. He was the coach of Mizzou, bro. All levels. And he's known for being an offensive wizard, and he's also good at coaching defense. And I've always been a fan of Quin Snyder. So they're hiring Quin Snyder as of right now. They're setting up an in-person meeting, and according to the sources that I've read and I've heard, been following this all morning, he's out of the country currently. Once he comes back to the country, he's going to sign, meet with everyone, and if, as of right now, there's basically a deal in principle that once they meet in person, everything goes through, they're going to hire Quin Snyder. This could be Friday, this could be Saturday, this could be Sunday. But as of right now, they're hiring Quin Snyder. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But the way I'm reading these tea leaves, so we're going to go with the rest of this video talking how Quin Snyder can fix this basketball team. And I want to hear your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of the hiring of Quin Snyder? Now, the Hawks currently, it's an interesting season because they're 8th in the Eastern Conference. Their current record is 29-30. They're actually one of the worst three-point shooting teams now. And I'm, if you guys don't know, a huge fan of Quin Snyder. This is a guy that in his first season with Utah, they went 38-44. Second season, 40-42. And then basically, for 6 years in a row, they basically won 50 games every year. Or at least average 50 wins. So you're getting a good, consistent coach. And you got the talent here. DeJounte Murray, Trae Young, John Collins. Like, John Collins, in my opinion, is a top 10, at least a top 15 power forward in this league. Glue guy, you could say, is DeAndre Hunter. You got Bogdan off the bench. You just brought in Sadiq Bey. I mean, I don't know what he's going to, I'm not going to sit here and try to sell you that, but there's pieces here, and Quin Snyder is going to come in and help reset the culture. He's going to bring in a lot of three-point shooting. Clint Capella is perfect for him. You got a Onyeka Okongwu off the bench. Bogdan Bogdanovic will also be great for him. I do have some reservations about, the Hawks. It's the bench that I think if they can play the buyout market, I don't know who wants to go there. But looking to free agency, I think they would have done that already if they could have. But you're looking at Trae Young and DeJounte Murray being backed up by basically Bogdan and AJ Griffin, which is great. That's fine, but neither of them is a true point guard. And Aaron Holiday, he's had some good games, but he's had more bad than good. And I know they brought in Garrison Matthews and Bruno Fernando, so you now have a Clint Capella, John Collins front court with a Onyeka Okongwu and Bruno Fernando back there, which Jalen Johnson, maybe he gets some more run time with Quin Snyder, and you have Sadiq Bey behind DeAndre Hunter as well, with Jalen Johnson being able. You have Garrison Matthews, you can also help out there, so you have a lot of wings. You're this team's very wing heavy, but you're only. I mean, Trent Forrest is also, more of a smaller wing. Aaron Holiday's the only true point guard, so may call up DJ Augustine. I'm kidding. But if you do look at what we could do here with Quin Snyder, I think Quin Snyder definitely is a coach that he's got a good system, okay? It's a complex, but it's a good offense that people don't understand that it might be complex, but on Snyder came into the NBA with a reputation of being this offensive creativity guy that, his personnel has never allowed him to fully flex those muscles. And his offense has a lot of layers to it. This guy is, for example, Tom Thibodeau did the ice defense. Ice involves forcing pick and roll ball handlers to the sideline with his specific defensive alignment. Now, Snyder is commonly referred to as maybe the single most complex out there. Most teams just switch when such action is required. For instance, the Jazz under Snyder have usually used this term called black when it's referring to, like base calls and certain things you would do, and he uses different words than most on the NBA, and once you learn them nobody really knows what you're saying and you're like speaking a foreign language. It's really brilliant. And what Snyder, he's always changing his offense, and it's very complex, but it's good because this is a team that in 2016 they were a team, the Utah, that like just improved slightly as the year went on. And I think that this is something that like Snyder, it's going to be a complex system, but they're going to use basketball intelligence, and I think he's going to make ways for Trae Young to get open, make ways for Dejounte. Like the other thing is he's gone with Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell and have won 50 games with a small backcourt. So I really think, and he's the guy that you want here. Like this is who you, if you're Atlanta, out of all the coaches out there as of right now, I personally think this is the guy that you wanted, and kudos for them for getting who I personally think was the best man for the job. Now, can he save this season? I don't know. I think this is a move potentially for down the road, because I have no idea if this will end up saving the day. That's the big thing. If you do think that, let me know. I would love to hear from the side of a Jazz or a Hawks fan. But I think the Hawks, will it save their season? Yeah. And when I was referring to the Jazz, I was just trying to, all the Jazz talk was just to give you context of what he's done. So that's where definitely I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Is this something you guys think is going to help improve this team? I think it's they're going to make the playoffs. I don't know if they'll go on the run again, but they're going to be able to do what needs to be done, which is, okay, let's string together the wins that are needed. And yeah, so that's it. Like, comment, subscribe.